praise the Lord. Oh. Hallelujah. Hey, Bila say, Oga Benjamin Netanyahu don't they watch my video? My people, or I remember say yesterday when I was mentioning, I think I published one video about Sheikh Gumi, talking about the bandits are going nowhere, they are with us. And I called the attention of Mazi Benjamin Netanyahu. I said, if you people could, in a joint operation, take out the second in command of ISIS, terrorist group, worldwide, no be Nigerian chapter, no be Africa chapter. Second in command of ISIS, terrorist group worldwide, was taken out by Mossad. We know, not America and not Nigerian government. We know the people who took them out. So I made a comment, I said, if you people could do this, then please solve this our problem. My brother, that problem now is about to be solved. Benjamin Netanyahu sends Israeli special military force after Sheikh Ahmed Gumi for inciting people into violence and also for supporting and abetting terrorism in the so-called Nigeria. I will not waste much of your time, but I would like you to listen to this message. It's coming direct from the Biafra evangelist. Please, endeavor to share this message. I don't want to remind you again, endeavor to share this message. Don't forget, if there's any room for interjection, we are going to quietly and gladly do it. But for now, let me arrest my case on God. Oh yeah, let's go there.
Was taken mercilessly in the southern east of Nigeria. The Fulani bandits have started again, taking lives, kidnapping in Oyo State. And all Gumi could come out to say was that the people of Nigeria should learn to accommodate the Fulanis and the terrorists, that they are Nigerians, the Southerns are Nigerians, the Northerns are Nigerians. This is coming out from Sheikh Gumi, the evangelist. He said that the people of Nigeria should learn how to accommodate terrorists. This is coming out yesterday. What do you have to say concerning this?
God bless you, my brother. May God bless our viewers. May God bless them all the day of their life, and whatsoever they do, it shall be well with them. Yes, I don't blame him. I blame two persons. I blame the British. How did I blame the British? By handing power over to them when they want to leave, depart from Nigeria. The document, the memo which they wrote, they handed over to them. That's why I blame the British. And I blame Nigeria, the northern part of Nigeria, which are the Hausas. I blame them. How did I blame them? I blame them in area of accommodating them, not checkmating the kind of people they are before welcoming them. Because these people, they are total strangers in 1804. Are you hearing me? In 1804 was when they migrated into Nigeria. You get the point? That was when they came into Nigeria with the name of what? The region. And the Hausas accommodated them in the region aspect, and which today, not knowing that they have other things in their mind, they have agenda, they have conquest. And when they succeeded in conquering the Hausas in 1815, then Usman Dafodio, who happened to be their leader, now make a move, and he was conquered. So that conquest still remained on his way to east. He was conquered. He was brought down, and that was how they killed the agendas at that time. But it has not been deleted from their mindset. So that is why I said I don't blame Sheikh Gumi. I do think that Nigeria wake up, especially the Northerners wake up, as at the time that the Biafrans, Igbos, Ojukwu wake up, they would have understand. See, and I don't blame them. It was the British that called the Q, Biafran Q, Igbo Q, that brought hatred upon every Igbo man today in Nigeria. These are part of the things that the Igbos saw, the soldiers, the generals as at that time saw, see that these people are coming with a jihadi movement. Then they rose up in Zogo, Ifajuna, and some other Yorubas, for another military personnel, formed a queue together to do what? To silence this movement. Then the British, out of their own selfish interest and hatred, they did what? They piled it up and accused the Igbos. Igbos were just two. They accused Igbos because the Igbos carry out their own activities in their various places, while the other, like the Yorubas, failed. You understand? They failed to carry out their own activities in the houses of the eastern region. You see how they now call it the Igbo queue. One day, Yoruba man was asking me, how many Yoruba died in that queue? And as a result of that, they now twisted it against the Igbos. But they are part of the game plan. They are part of the people that plotted that queue. You get the point? And that is what gave the Sheikh Gumi saying what he's saying, that they are doing budget and they are not putting terrorists. They are doing budget, they are not, adding up terrorists in Nigerian budget. I see terrorists is a part of Nigeria thing. But at the same time, I don't blame him. Do you know why I don't blame him? Because Nigeria have bring themselves too low to negotiate, especially this APC government. They brought themselves too low to the level of terrorists. debating and deciding and telling them to come and negotiate. And foolishly and stupidly, they come to negotiate on the negotiating table without collecting their arms. And they pay them money, they use it to buy more arms. And I don't blame Sheikh Gumi by making this statement. You know why? It was Tinubu and the late Nigerian president, military president, what is this called? Yeah, not Yaradua. What is his name? This Fulani man now? No. They left before Tinubu. This Buhari. With Garadima, what is it called? The group of them formed group together when Jonathan was in power. And what did they do? They said, remember, Buhari said he make Jonathan government ungovernable. They went to meet Naiti Allah, the Tato Rera chairman of that. That they need about 2,000 Fulanis to fund them and to arm them against 2015 general presidential election. So that if Jonathan do otherwise, they will use it to destabilize. They did not know that Jonathan have already, make up his mind to leave power for them. Because he doesn't want to share the innocent blood of Nigerians. Because when the two elephants fight, what happens? The grass suffers it. Jonathan doesn't want the grass to suffer, in which are the masses. He throw in the towel. Do you know that that plot, instead of 2,000, they succeeded in giving them 4,000? Which Ekiti state happened to be one of the states in the West here they used in carrying out their training. Erupts was the governor of Kaduna State, who happened to use his own Kaduna State as a harboring state of these terrorists. Niger was a country that backed up this ambition and vision, this proposal. And Borno happened to be a place of starting point. Sokoto, before they now moved to Borno today. Are you hearing me? It was from Sokoto. Now, what am I saying? You see why Sheikh Gumi is saying what he's saying. That's why I don't blame him. And now, they are thinking to destabilize somebody's government. Now, he's telling on them. The same set of people. And that is what is happening to Nigeria, APC, with including Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Was it not the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu that sponsored protests against Jonathan? And today, protest is going on. He doesn't want to give room for protest. And they are now using it. That's why I don't blame Sheikh Gumi. And lastly, why I don't blame him is this. He's showing and he's telling on Nigerians and he's speaking to the international world, indicating and vindicating Nigeria as a terrorist nation. Because if Nigeria is not,
since the day you were born, a guardian angel.
Somebody like Sheikh Gumi will not be boldly saying this and still walk freely. And I don't blame him again because the same government, the same police and soldier, they give it to Sheikh Gumi to go and do what? Carry out negotiation with the who? Terrorists. Why won't he come on media and talk anyhow? Why won't he open his mouth on daily basis and stay, rambast anyhow, without fear, without being cautioned, without minding what would have, before him? But because of the situation, and he's still working freely. And that is why. So tomorrow, he will still come up and say whatsoever that he might wake up with. Because any day he wake up with something, he will just come on air and blow it and nothing will happen. Can he try this in Saudi Arabia? A man like Sheikh Gumi travel to Saudi Arabia, they turn him down. Oh yeah, that matter, go back. But in Nigeria, they welcome him with the two hands and he's acting, behaving, talking as a like. And he's working freely. Do you know that as I speak to you, that is to tell you, Nigeria, that the Aero 5 is now free. Are you aware? They have set Aero 5 free when after the article threats to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is country here called Nigeria. Why won't Fulanis be ranted? Why won't there be Buga? Why won't there be Bugari? They're going to Buga now. They're going to do anyhow. Because the one in the power is using Nigerians' life to play politics because he's not interested in what is happening. He's interested in 2027. Self-centered and selfish person. That's what it is. So that's why I don't blame Sheikh Gumi. And that is why he's acting, talking, misbehaving, and still working freely. Nothing happened to him. Can he try it in other place? He will enter ban. Before you know it, that will start there. But look at Mazen Namdekano. Hatred. He's not a Muslim, and that work against him. He's an Igbo man, and that also work against him. He speaks truth, and that also work against him. You see why? He's in a Sokoto prison. Erupts is free. Sheikh Gumi is working freely, acting, speaking, worse than what Mazen Namdekano have caught up. That they say is a wrong saying. You see why when it baffles me when one stupid woman, one Yoyetic idiot, I don't know whether that woman is a prostitute. Maybe don't they sleep with all these Nigerian Fulanis. I'm talking about Lolo. For her to come out and begin to talk with jargons on media against Mazen Namdekano. Say in generation, her family, can they produce somebody like Mazen Namdekano? Have they ever dreamed of this? Make you not let me enter her. If I enter her, I go too bloody for her. May God punish her wherever she did. Call her name. Nena Lola, be Mama Lola. Chineke boy up wherever.
Well said, Reverend Evangelist. As usual, you've done analysis to it. Few days ago, we talked about this El-Rufai case. How Atiku made it clear that El-Rufai must be released. A sound of warning to President Tinubu that should release him before the Salah. And now you brought it to our notice that El-Rufai has been released. Do you think also that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release case is on the way? Perhaps in order just to shut people's mouths.
Yes, in a way, but it's not going to be released by Nigeria. Understand? His release is not coming in the angle of Nigeria.
But Tinubu just released El-Rufai.
Because Tinubu, El-Rufai, they are all birds of the same feather. They are in the same couples. Remember, the same El-Rufai sponsored Tinubu's wedding. You don't know? He sponsored Bola Ahmed Tinubu wedding. El-Rufai sponsored Bola Ahmed Tinubu wedding. And I know that even you now, you are surprised. How do I mean by Tinubu's wedding? Tinubu becoming the president of Nigeria. That is Tinubu's wedding. They give him ring, which is authority, power, position. El-Rufai sponsored it. El-Rufai contributed 75% of Bola Ahmed Tinubu being a president of Nigeria. As a citizen of Nigeria. You get it now. That's why I use the word wedding. Marriage. And now he's in power, he's in position. You don't enter the house. You don't marry Nigeria as a life. That's why using the life of Nigerians as a life to do. And they are losing Nigerians as their life. And I thank God that as he's playing now, the whole thing is coming to play in Yoruba land. Yes, he's playing in Yoruba land now. So the one Yoruba man say, "Ekpan water," and then go pan water. Finish Kwara. Now, Oyo, and then go so finish Oyo, and then we enter Ogun State. From there, they enter Lagos. Here in another request to Toshada. The prophet has spoken. And that prophet is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And since he has spoken, all that he said is what is telling on Nigeria today, including the UK. I don't know whether you are aware of what is happening in UK today. UK is no longer standing. As I speak to you, the UKans now are even speaking against their government. You understand? Fighting against Islam, that Islam must go. That they need people like Mazi Nnamdi. Do you know that they are now recommending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today in UK in their protest? Serious fight, not a small fight. But go and do your finding. Serious fight. They are now pursuing, looking for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a messiah. The UK is a Christian nation, not an Islamic nation. They are crying and complaining. The prophecy of the rejected school has come to play. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom is something that is a sacrosanct, and it's not coming from the angles of the British. Neither is it coming from the angles of Nigeria, but it's coming from the angles of the right source. And those right source are no other people than Donald Trump Netanyahu. And you can see how it's playing in Nigeria today. You know, they are giving them an option. If you cannot, with a period of time, if they cannot conduct a referendum, then they should expect Netanyahu, Donald Trump action.
A few days ago, we made a post how Donald Trump posted a pastor that was crying in the grave and burying the unalive Christians that was massacred. Now, the Northerners have reacted to this heavily, especially Sheikh Gumi, condemning the interest from America, condemning it seriously that Nigeria do not need the support of Israel and America, that Turkish government is the one they need. A lot of reactions have been coming out. What is with Sheikh Gumi demanding for the Americans to end their support to Nigeria and requesting for the Turkish government every now and then?
Yes.
He's still crying currently.
Yes, he will continue to cry, but you fail to understand one thing, that topic. You are talking about respecting a sovereignty. Are you respecting your sovereignty as a nation? No. And two, the topic you are crying that they should come, are they what power? No. Are they the ones financing the UN? No. Are they the ones financing the World Power Organization meetings and whatever? No. Mention a particular thing in the world that talking government is financing. Nowhere to be found. So, somebody that is, the people that are financing it in terms of war, in terms of peace, in terms of money, in terms of food, in terms of, environmental peace and unity, they are the ones speaking. So let talk go and sit down and let Sheikh Gumi quiet, because he really don't know who America is. As it stands now, in case you, Sheikh Gumi, you don't know, America is world #1. So it's quite different from a subordinate. Where is Turkey in the world? I don't think that you can count Turkey 1 to 10. They are not there in the world. So, and there are people you count 1. When the #1 is speaking, you that is not even in the curriculum of 10 is not talking, or you are referring people to that kind of class. So Donald Trump, America is not something that anything that do now, no country can, them and Israel, no country can disturb them. Not even UK. They don't have a say. As I speak to you now, do you know that in the world meeting, I'm talking about the world superpower meeting now, UK and France is no longer there. They have been cut off. They have been silent. They have been sidelined. Do you know, as I speak to you, Putin is now in China today, as I speak to you. And American President Donald Trump just left China on Friday, Saturday. He left to back to US. So power now is now shifting. It has shifted. And some world powers have been silenced, like the UK and France. That is to tell you, the people you are even looking at, they are nowhere to be found. When men are talking, children and women should go by the side and listen. When Netanyahu speaks, America speaks. When Trump speaks, Netanyahu speaks. And that is what it is. And when both of them speaks, the world has spoken. And that is what it means.
This was me before.
So finally, since there is a progress with the Biafran struggle, the Minister of Information, the President of Biafra, has yet to comment on the progress that Donald Trump has made. What would you have to say?
Yes, no, definitely she has to keep quiet. She has to be silent.
But she's the Minister of Information.
Of course, she is.
Sorry, the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Foreign Affairs, but she's not ministering the truth. And the people they send you to go and talk to are people that knows what you want to tell them more than you. And they have every evidence. Your own, do you have any evidence? And the evidence are more concrete than yours. And you have traveled there to lie to them. And after lie, and you made a promise with everybody. And up to today, how far? Were you able to stop? Were you able to fulfill your promise, your word? Were you able to keep it? Or for how long will you continue to deceive people? Do you think America, Israel, and the people you can just continue fooling just the same way you are fooling yourself in Nigeria? She has to be quiet. She has to be silent. Because I watched on one social media like that, that somebody even gave a serious warning to her and Lolo, warning them to be careful. And seeing it that the way it's going, what will be their stand? Because this thing cannot be stopped, called Biafra. And Mazen and the kind of freedom is already at hand. And Nigeria is having a secret court for the very first time, having a secret court over the case of Mazen and the Kano, which Mazen and the Kano sent the message. It doesn't appear in their court. They are the ones cutting themselves on how they will do what. Say this man please, so that it will not dabaru. And the young man, Mazen and the Kano, have already stick to his word, not going back. You understand? So, and after doing it, they are seeing the handwriting on the wall.
Okay, my people, the message is almost over. So let me help Biafran evangelists to read some comments and then we'll round up. Joseph Ebo said Gumi should keep quiet and the Sultan of Sokoto and the Bianca Ono should be arrested and investigated. And if found guilty, must be given life jail. God protect Nigeria. Dividing Nigeria is the only way to restore peace in Nigeria. Nah, this guy said, God protect Nigeria. Dividing Nigeria is the only way to save Nigeria. It's all right. Continue. Anthony said indigenous was not well defined by our previous indigenous Nigerian tribes from the beginning, and that is why Nigeria has not been able to attain unity of all tribes. Joseph Oluwatoba said, yes, Gumi should have been sent to his Mecca a long time ago. His couple visit to the southwest is the outcome of the kidnapping, ravaged the southwest now. Adebayo Shitu Olowo of Iwo, Miftu Akinola, Imam of Obomosho, the owner of Ife and Alafin of Oyo, and all the southwest governors' romances with Sultan of Sokoto and are to be blamed for the ongoing kidnapping in the southwest. Lastly, Adebayo Shitu Akinola Olowo of Iwo are the people destroying Yoruba land. Suleiman said that nobody wants to live with the terrorists and rough. Okay, my people, I beg you, go take a break on the making. When I come back, like, share, comment, and subscribe.